Hi, my name is Brianna, and welcome to my reaction commentary channel. Today we're going to be reacting to Season 2, Episode 8 of Hannibal. You guys, Chilton dead, Gideon dead, Beverly dead, Abigail half dead, I don't know. I need to see a body. I need proof. I need DNA evidence, other than the fact that Will threw up her ear. On top of that, I have no idea what Will is thinking or doing, but I really feel like I'm gonna have to trust the process when it comes to Will and Hannibal right now. But I'm also not gonna act like Will didn't look good in that salmon shirt of seduction. I see y'all commenters. I'm just so happy that my baby Will is out of prison. He can dress up now, he can do something with his hair. I already know that I'm not prepared for whatever is going to happen in this episode, because I never am, but I am looking forward to adorable Will. So, before we get started, if you could do me a quick favor, please like, subscribe, ring that bell for post notifications, follow me on all my social media, follow my Patreon for full-length reactions to Hannibal Season 2, and that way we can skip the chit-chat and get straight to the good part.
It's a lot harder to catch trout when the water's really cold.
But trout are supposed to be hunters. They should be chewing on my hook here.
Yeah, when it's cold, their metabolisms drop and they're not as hungry.
Yeah, so how do you catch a fish that isn't hungry?
Change your tactics. Use live bait.
You make him act on instinct. He's always a predator.
I'm a good fisherman, Jack.
You hook him. I'll land him.
I don't know why, but that's like the most positive thing I've ever heard on this show. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I know it's a metaphor. It's obviously a metaphor for them catching Hannibal, but also, like, I really hope that they're actually planning this. Hannibal, all right, sir. All right. But is this real fish? Or is this somehow a human fish? Like a person fish? That didn't make any more sense. I'm sorry. Ugh, everybody's over for dinner.
Wheat, saumon au bleu.
This has to be the most awkward dinner, right? Because, I mean, Will was actively saying that Hannibal was a serial killer.
It's my turn to provide the meat.
We're playing games.
I hope providing the meat doesn't mean you still harbor doubts about what I serve at my table.
No doubts, Dr. Lecter. Only the wounds we dealt each other.
Which is why we need to move past apologies and forgiveness.
I don't know if this is just simply an awkward dinner or if Jack and Will actually are, like, planning together against Hannibal.
Well, we are all Nietzsche and fish in that regard.
Makes us tastier.
Will, with the jokes!
I tried to have Hannibal killed. Isn't that personal?
It was always personal.
In many ways, we need each other. We are the only ones who will know what this feels like.
This fish is delicious.
Isn't it?
I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I don't know what's happening.
Came in this morning and I found all the horses with hoods on. She was lying dead in her stall.
Oh.
She had a foal 2 days ago? Yeah, was born dead. She hasn't eaten since. Feels like she's still pregnant. Did they check for twins?
I've been to a farm twice this year. And never before in my life, but twice this year, I get bad vibes. But I also just don't like the outdoors, or fresh air, or the sun, or bugs. I'm also talking because this is kind of nasty. Really nasty.
Yeah, there's something in here, all right.
Is it a person? Every time with this show. We had a person who was filled with flowers all in their chest cavity. We had a person that was also a beehive. Episode 2, mushroom guy. People turned into mushrooms. Now we have a horse that had a human inside of it. The wildest serial killers.
The horse is divine. All beasts of burden are sacred animals.
Why is Hannibal here? Will's out of prison, and I think he still has a job. So why is Hannibal here?
Womb's more or less intact.
Zeller.
The victim was deceased before she was wombed.
The horse is a chrysalis. A cocoon. Meant to hold a young woman until her death can be transformed.
Transformed into what?
Life. This is a birth. Oh, it was intended to be.
What's the thinking here, Doc?
What is the thinking here?
Conflicted. I see what he's done. I don't understand why he's done it. This killer doesn't think like anyone else, Jack. You'll have to find someone who doesn't think like anyone else to catch him.
Hannibal said, I'm getting Will his job back. I see what you did there. What the f?
You should have taken the chocolate, Margo.
What in the Twilight Zone is going on here?
You're no more at fault for what happened to you than if you had been bitten by a mad dog.
Mad dogs are put down.
Is that what you hoped to accomplish when you attacked your brother?
Well, apparently I went about putting him down the wrong way.
Doing bad things to bad people makes us feel good.
I think he thinks I've calmed down.
Have you?
She doesn't seem calm. No, on the inside, it's a storm. Your face is blank. Your spirit is not. I don't know who she is. I kind of like her, which means 1, she might die. 2, she might be a killer. Or 3, she might be a killer that dies.
I could have murdered someone this morning and you can't say a word. But if I'm planning to commit a murder...
I'm ethically obliged to take action to prevent that murder. Be that as it may, if there's no one else to protect you, Margo, you have to protect yourself. Been more therapeutic if you had killed him.
And I was going to say that I was happy to see that Hannibal has a new client, but then I remembered Franklin, and it didn't end well for him or Tobias. What am I looking at now? What more is this show going to show me? Crap, this is Alana and Hannibal. I did not sign up for this. I signed up for Murder Husbands.
Well, I'm recovering from all that's happened. So as well.
Hannibal, you bringing up the name of Will while in bed with Alana, not a good look, but also, we know what's on your mind.
The only thing stranger than finding a woman inside a horse is seeing you back in therapy with Will Graham.
She's got a point. Both are very strange.
Is it really so strange?
Yes, I just said so, yes.
Her name is Sarah Kraber. She was a horse groom at the stables where her body was found. She was reported missing last week.
Someone packed it in there real good, too. It's not even on her teeth.
Oh!
What? Is that a smoke bomb?
She's in rigor mortis.
She doesn't have a pulse.
She has a heartbeat.
Well, make it stop. Turn it off. Make it stop.
Something's beating.
Get somebody else to do it. And this isn't enough protection. I need more protection. Is that a freaking crow? Is that a raven? I'm sorry, did they make a horse, human, bird turducken? Alright, you know what? Hannibal's right. This killer, I don't understand them. They're on a different level. Will, welcome back to the field. You have one heck of a case. Can we get a whoosh whoosh?
I took your life and then tried to give it back to you.
I hope that the forces of death and biology will bring you rebirth.
Are you a sorcerer? Are you an alchemist? I don't understand.
Considers himself a healer. Sarah Kraber was reborn. This wasn't murder, Jack. This was grief.
I mean, in the 5 stages of grief, which stage is putting a body inside of a horse and then putting a bird inside the body?
Peter Bernardone, you don't seem to be curious about who we are.
Who are you?
Aw, he might be a murderer and I just awed him.
Sarah Kraber. Body was recently found in
a horse.
unusual circumstances.
I know. Was the bird alive?
Oh yeah, he did it. What's the backstory? You know what? Shout out to this actor because I do feel his anxiety.
Get your head injury when you're working at the stables, Peter?
Yeah, I was kicked by a horse. Yeah. I'm sad for her. I'm sad for the horse, but I only help the bird.
My emotions are doing a weird sympathy thing.
How does it feel consulting again with Jack Crawford and the FBI? Last time it nearly destroyed you.
The last time you nearly destroyed me.
I mean, Jack and the job did have a negative effect on your mental health. It's not all Hannibal's fault. It's only mostly Hannibal's fault.
But I prefer sins of omission to outright lies, Dr. Lecter.
Same. Truly, honestly, same.
Don't lie to me.
Will you return the courtesy? You fantasized about killing me.
Yes.
Tell me, how would you do it?
He asked it like it was a flirty question.
With my hands.
And Will kind of gave a flirty answer.
Then we haven't moved past apologies and forgiveness, have we?
I discovered a truth about myself when I tried to have you killed.
That doing bad things to bad people makes you feel good. I need to know if you're going to try to kill me again, Will.
I hope so. I'm going to try.
I don't want to kill you anymore, Dr. Lecter. Not now that I finally find you interesting.
He said that in the first episode, that he didn't find Hannibal interesting before. Oh, nice callback, y'all. Excuse me, show. I was trying to be deep in my thought, and now we got mass burials.
I owe you an apology.
You don't owe me anything.
No, he does.
I thought you were a killer. I didn't want to hear anything else, so
He didn't.
I wouldn't consider anything else.
And he wouldn't. Oh, Seller, I'm really proud of you.
Found her empty grave and 15 others that are not so empty.
Peter Bernardone knew about Sarah Kraber's grave, and he knew about all the others.
Your brother dehumanized you, and your family, unfortunately, fosters that climate of disrespect.
They think I'm weird.
Girl, you are weird, and I like you, but I'm leery.
It's fine to be weird.
I believe my brother won't stop.
How does it make you feel?
Angry?
If you really want to kill your brother, Margo, wait until you can get away with it.
Hannibal, sir, you don't give a damn about morals or ethics. I knew that already. But you were just out here wild.
Tell me who killed her.
I wanted you to find me. I wanted you to find me because if you could find me, you could find him.
Someone you considered a friend.
No one will believe me.
I'll make sure they do.
Your notes on Peter Bernadone's file are drastically different than the ones from his last caseworker.
Well, the social services system is far from perfect. Certain information on difficult cases in order to clear a path in the world for those stuck in the weeds.
Sir, are you a robot?
Peter's had persistent cognitive problems, confusion, paranoia, rage.
I feel like you've practiced this.
You don't seem to feel sorry for your client.
He doesn't seem to feel anything.
Peter Bernardone has accused me of killing 16 women.
How does that make you feel?
Right now, I'm feeling inconvenienced.
Oh, he did it. Oh, he's so guilty. Even if he's so guilty. I mean, back it up with science and investigation, proof and evidence. But from body language, sir, you did it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable.
She keeps pushing him on his feelings, not on the facts. She's trying to gauge how comfortable he is with emotion, if he has any.
Everybody's in the room.
His eyes are dead. He's a predator.
Did you know Sarah Kraber?
No. Peter talked about her extensively, though, during our house visits. I'd say he was obsessed with her.
Why did you become a social worker?
Society needs caring people.
It also needs a few psychopaths.
Did you read that from a textbook?
There's no evidence I did this. And if you'd like to know how I feel like I don't want to be here anymore. So, if you're not detaining me, I'd like to be on my way now.
This dead behind the eyes, constant smile thing is so uncomfortable.
You're making a mistake, Jack.
I've got nothing to hold him on.
We need evidence. Please tell me we got some kind of protection for Homeboy, because we've established that his social worker is a psychopath. I don't think, wait, did the social worker kill them, or does this guy actually have a dark side? Or did he kill his horse? I don't know. I don't know.
I'm worried about you. You've been expressing a lot of rage recently, and you're prone to extremes of emotion. The way you think is compromised.
Sir, just because it looks good on paper does not mean that it's going to be convincing.
And this is the very horse who kicked you in the head.
Didn't mean to. She was just scared.
16 women, Peter. You killed them because you weren't worthy of them.
You killed him.
You look like a man who has suffered an irrevocable loss.
He lost Abigail, he lost Beverly, he lost his job, kinda.
No. I'm alone in that darkness.
You're not alone, Will. I'm standing right beside you.
Hannibal is trying to be open and honest about his feelings, Will. Will, you're doing a good job. Keep your guard up, sir.
Is your social worker in that horse?
I'm asking the same question. I don't know. Hannibal's face.
Feels so abnormal.
An abnormal reaction to an abnormal situation is normal behavior.
But you didn't deserve to kill him, Peter.
Exactly. You shouldn't have to be a murderer. Neither of you. Hannibal, you're pissing me off.
What was done to you was cruelty for cruelty's sake. I envy you your hate.
Makes it easier when you know how to feel.
Makes what easier?
Killing them.
I didn't kill him. Suffocating to experience the death that he created.
Sir, are you telling me that this person is still alive? No. Hannibal just wanted to pet the sheep. What? Why? Writers? Why? Sir, why didn't you yell out? Were you unconscious? Ooh, I'm gonna die. Hannibal doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know what to do.
Mr. England might want to crawl back in there if you know what's good for you.
Oh, shoot. Will, I understand your empathy for the other guy who's also a victim, blah, blah. Will, sweetie, look in my eyes. Come back to reality. Will.
Damn.
Well, pick it up. It won't feel the same, Will. It won't feel like killing me.
It doesn't have to.
If you're going to do this, Will, you have to do it for yourself.
Will, we can just put it down and we can leave. I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about my boy Will, his psyche, his moral code.
With all my knowledge and intrusion, I could never entirely predict you. Followers of soul nature, and it's beyond me.
And that's the end. This show is a tease. Y'all are wild for this. We could have had it all. We were this close. We could have just made it happen. All right. And that concludes season 2, episode 8 of Hannibal. And I don't know what I just witnessed. Besides the fact that a live person and a dead person were both C-section birthed out of a dead horse. And the first corpse that was in the first horse had a bird in it. How did we get here? How did we get here as a show? How did we get here as an audience? And how did the writers get there ever? Something I love about this show are the parallels. The parallels between Will, and usually the victim of whatever the weekly storyline is, and Hannibal, who's usually the assailant. And in this one, we went to extremes. A very vulnerable, empathetic person who's clearly been victimized. They pretty much threw an entire bucket of feelings onto this character to be like, he's clearly the victim. Juxtaposed with Peter, the social worker, who's very clearly a psychopath, who displays all the traits, the narcissism, the confidence, but also like the flat affect and lack of empathy and emotion, has a hard time describing feelings. I really like that we had that image of that situation compared to the image of Will and Hannibal. Will sitting at Hannibal's dinner table at the beginning of the episode, also with Jack, where Will jokes about it's his job to bring the meat this time. Will, the meat is the problem. The meat has been the problem. And my question is, did Will and Jack finally get a meal at Hannibal's house that's not made out of people? Because Will caught the fish, but Hannibal handled the food. So I don't trust it. Like, what are the seasonings? We don't know. It's Hannibal's house. It's a house of horrors. Literally. When Will talks about how it's harder to catch a fish the second time around, it's pretty clearly a metaphor for what he's doing with Hannibal and how he has to provoke Hannibal or the predator to bite when they're not hungry. I really like that opening scene on the ice between him and Jack. I do like when they work together, but there were a few times throughout the episode, especially between Will and Jack, when they look at each other and I'm like, are we in on a secret plan? A secret plan that Hannibal is not supposed to know about, but probably does know about because he is Hannibal. But like, is this all a trap to circle back around Hannibal? I don't know. I'm talking with my hands a lot. I need a diagram. I need a line graph. I need times and dates and people that are involved because I want to know what's actually going on. Will is the smartest person. We love Will. We support Will. Will also has a very dark side to him that is very reminiscent and like akin to Hannibal and his dark side. So I'm worried about my son. I'm truly just hoping and praying that Will is setting up the pieces to lead to eventual capture of Hannibal. I mean, that's what he has to be doing, right? I don't know. I'm questioning everything. I'm questioning myself. Stellar. Zeller, good job apologizing to Will. That was a heartfelt apology where you included, without being prompted to, the offense that you did against Will. I'm very proud of you. You've made leaps and bounds. That's what I like to see. Keep it up. Also, Zeller and Price, start carrying guns, because anybody can die in the cast. Any of the cast members can die at any time, apparently. That's just what we're doing. Speaking of characters, lastly, almost forgot, we got introduced to Margo. Hey girl, I like you off rip. You're weird, you're off-putting. So, Margo, I don't know what you got going on, girl, but welcome to the cast. Like I said during the reaction, I don't know if you're a villain, a heroine, something in between. But girl, if you keep showing up in outfits like what you were wearing, I'm happy to see you. I still can't believe that there was a turducken in this episode. A horse, human, bird. I'm gonna have nightmares. I'm gonna have very weird dreams. If the very next episode has actual aliens, I'm not gonna be surprised. I don't know what's gonna happen from episode to episode. But I thank you for watching this one with me and hanging out. And please, on your way out, if you could do me a quick favor, like, subscribe, ring that bell for post notifications, follow me on all my social media, follow my Patreon for full-length reactions to Hannibal Season 2, and that way I can see you next time with another one. Bye, y'all.